Okay, here we go. Welcome, welcome. So, today I want to talk to you about how your reactions, how you respond to life is your superpower. Now, I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. And for those of you new here, I've been on an incredible journey for so many years now. I had my first spiritual awakening probably about 20 years ago now when I was 22, and I'm 42 now, so I think that's 20 years, right? And I can tell you, in that time, it hasn't been an upward, like a complete upward trajectory. It's been a wiggly obstacle course. My mission over the years has been to learn how to be a good person, how to become successful, how to love what I do. And what I learned is that success was actually a lot different than I thought, because it's actually not about what we get, it's about who we become. And you've probably heard this so many times, but once it really starts to click that the true prize is in becoming that strong and resilient person, that it's about who you become in the process of getting your goals. That's the real prize. I know for years and years and years I used to struggle, guys. I used to struggle in so much pain from my PTSD and my chronic social anxiety, my crippling insecurities, constantly worried what people would think. And so I know firsthand exactly how hard it can be to get up and speak on a video and keep going in your business. But when you're someone like us and you have a mission, you have like this passion that you need to share, you know that what you do works because it's worked for you and it works for other people. It doesn't matter how insecure you feel sometimes. It doesn't matter what happens for you. You are willing to get back up. Let me move that around. You're willing to get back up, and you're willing to learn how to be your best self. Where's this camera look best at? Okay. Now, I know for me, I used to be incredibly reactive. I used to respond. I used to react. I used to fly off the handle and take things so personally and get caught up in the spirit of offense. I used to take offense to things. If people didn't show up in the way that I wanted them to, like, I would get offended. If they said the wrong thing, I would take it personally. Now, what this actually is this is you projecting your own issues onto them. When you can realize that we're all human, we all have our own fears, we all have our own issues, and that anything that they're saying to you is actually from their own stuff, their own hurt place, and you realize that right there, it's actually not all about you. It's not all about me. It's not all about you. Like, that's what you tell yourself. It's not all about me. It's like, how many times has somebody not called you back? And you're like, oh, they probably haven't called me back. Have I upset them? Has this happened? Has that happened? And actually, it's got nothing to do with you 99% of the time. The story that we're telling ourselves usually is not what's actually happening. And when you learn how to fortify your emotional body and really learn how to walk the spiritual path on a consistent basis instead of being half in, half out, this is when you become so powerful that nothing can shake you. And if it does shake you, is maybe for minutes. If it's a big thing, maybe for days at the most. I know for me, tell me if this is the same for you, it used to take me out for months when I get triggered, when I get upset with people. So say hi as you come on. I want to celebrate you. If we already know each other, if we're friends online, say hi so I can celebrate. If you're new here, say hi. Let me know where you're from. And if you're on the replay, let me know that too. So for those of you new here, I'm Kai Clifford, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. And I used to have PTSD. I used to be chronically anxious. I even had a lung disease that almost killed me. And in the process of my life, I've learned how to heal myself naturally and how to up-level my mindset, how to heal all the things that were wrong with me. Hello, Azza. Hello, ST fanboy. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, thank you for saying hi. Thank you for being here. If you feel so called, please share this as you listen to me. If I say something that you think, she's got something to say, something that people need to hear, feel free to DM it to a friend, because I've literally healed people from saving their wombs, from helping them walk again where they have like curved foot pain or something wrong with their legs. And with my energy alchemy, I heal their chronic issues, from Wales, Hindi, nice hair, thank you. You're not understanding English. Well, I've got a bit of a Bitsa accent. So, unfortunately, that is what it is. The more you listen to me, the easier I am to understand, though. Now, I have a long history of healing myself from great things that, like big things that were wrong. And in the process, I learned how to heal others. So rather than being some person that just went to some university, I didn't. I went into hell. Like I went into trauma, I went into psychological issues, I went into mental health issues, I went into near death and near death experiences. And I pulled myself out. I learned how to heal myself. I learned how to restore my body and my mind time and time again. And each thing that happened to me, I became stronger. I became wiser. I became kinder. Hi, Freddie. Welcome. Rahul, nice to see you too. So I'm actually from Australia originally, but I haven't lived there since 2008. I've been living around the world. I think I left Australia to travel 2008, traveled a bit to California, to Mexico, then ended up living in San Francisco for 4 years, and then traveled to Europe and Southeast Asia, and that's where I met my husband. I was living in Southeast Asia for about a year and a half, maybe in Bali, and then in Thailand. And my husband is Cockney English, and I met him on a tropical beach at a paradise bar named Eden while we're dancing. It was all very romantic, and I came back to visit him. I came to visit him in England several months later. We didn't stay together or anything, but when I got here, sparks flew, and this has been 10 years. I've been living in England now. So yeah, and in that time, I've had to go through learning how to love my life. I was so upset about having to be in England. I was so upset about not living in the tropics. I was so upset about all the weight I'd put on. I had so much crippling insecurity, but I can tell you, step by step, I learned how to let go of that insecurity, which it turns out is self-judgment. It's just self-judgment. So notice the areas of your life where you're feeling either stuck or slow, or like things aren't working out, or like people just aren't supporting you. Or maybe you feel like there's some sort of schism in your life somewhere. We all have something. Now, I'm not here for just one area. I'm here to help you love your entire life, because everything's connected. And when we work on one thing, we work on multiple things. So when I clear one area in my clients, multiple areas of their lives change. Like my client who came to me, she's a young girl in her 20s, absolutely gorgeous, really bright light, but she had these psychosomatic pains, and every day she was on the phone to her doctor saying that she felt she was dying. Where does guilt come from? I can talk about that. So I'll talk about that in just a moment. So she was on the phone with her doctor every single day, literally, honestly feeling like she was dying. Her body was in so much pain. She couldn't understand it. She was anxious. She was depressive. She had agoraphobia as well. Like she couldn't leave the property because she had this weird mental issue that, you know, her family, her mom and her sisters would die if she left. Like, you know how we have these weird nervous tics and these trauma loops sometimes? Well, she came to work with me for the pain. Very quickly, after just several sessions, I connected her with the pain, because think of it like this. So as Bruce Lipton says, 99% of all chronic pain is emotional. And you're like, yeah, but no, it's physical. Yeah, it's physical, but it's not. It's not. It is, but it's not. It becomes physical. But when you feel the pain from any chronic pain you might have, guess what? You're feeling a feeling, right? And it's just really condensed feelings turn physical will actually turn physical in your body, because we're energetic beings. Okay. Oh, hi, Catherine. Welcome. Oh, thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. So we're going to talk about guilt in a second. But right now, I'm talking about my client who, she came to me with these psychosomatic pains, agoraphobia, so many issues. Several sessions later, her pains were a thing of the past, like something that she'd suffered for years. She was tortured by. But what happens is when you connect with the pain and you learn how to, it actually has a message. Actually, it wants to talk to you. When you know how to listen to the actual pain, it has an opinion. It's bossy, isn't it, Catherine? Right? We know what it's like. It's quite big, Vinay. So when we talk to the pain, we will hear a message back. And it will tell you exactly what's wrong in your life, exactly why you have this physical pain up, exactly what you need to do to heal it. And then with my energy alchemy method, we actually, it doesn't really make sense to explain it because you're not going to understand how powerful it is. You just got to try it. You can do my free sessions on YouTube or on TikTok. I have live masterclasses, home study programs, and my one-to-one work is world-class, gold standard healing. Yeah. Yes, Catherine says, it really does. All explanation, no question mark. So it's meant to be, yeah. Yes. Yeah, and so, okay, back to my client. Talking about how when we heal one thing, we heal multiple things at the same time. She came to me for the chronic pain issues. In the process, she actually had this business, or she has this business, that she was limping along, just wasn't really going very well. She's a seamstress. She created this beautiful Instagram account where she wore the clothes in nature, like beautiful dresses, and she'd wear them like she looked like she was like a fairy princess in nature. And so she was just doing that. She only had 350 followers. Okay, now we did not work on her Instagram, but okay, there's a spoiler alert. Her Instagram blew up to 11,000 and then 27,000 followers within the months that we were working together, because we worked on her guilt. We worked on her unforgiveness and her beliefs that she could never finish things. We worked on her feeling of unworthiness. We worked on her childhood trauma and reprogramming her beliefs, which means reparenting her inner child, and we changed her personality from the inside out. And as we did that, things in her life started popping off. Her business, and now she has a new problem. Her new problem is that she's overwhelmed with orders, right? She's overwhelmed with the amount of clients that she has to serve, which is a good problem to have. But yet another thing, that as you continue to clear that, it becomes easier to handle. So not only did we heal her chronic pain, in the process, her Instagram blew up, her business blew up. She ended up being headhunted to star in an indie movie. She went off the property where she had agoraphobia and couldn't leave, remember? And she ended up starring in this film, making a big group of friends. And in the process, she ended up taking a trip to Italy, of all places, and had an amazing time there. I don't know, she was there for like a month or something. And this would not have been possible if she wasn't willing to face her fears. And while it's very helpful to do it on your own, it really is, you also want to be working with a gifted guide like me, because I really know how to do this. Even I myself, even though I'm very good at healing my own stuff, I still outsource my healing. I'm not so arrogant to think that, oh, like, you know, I'm the most healed person ever. No, like, we all have stuff, and we can't see the forest for the trees. So no matter how good you are at healing, there are certain things that just feel normal for you, that are just blocks, that just feel like it's just how life is, that feel like it's a fact, but it's just a belief. And when you change a belief, you change how you feel it, you up level your perception of how the world works. That's what I help you do. Then the world up levels with you. Do I use Reiki to heal or other tools? I don't use Reiki itself, but I use Chi, Reiki, life force, God force, universe force energy. So it is part of it, but it's also a somatic process where I'm not just zapping you with energy. It's also a type of talk therapy. We somatically get into your body, because your trauma lives in your body. We get you into your body, moving energy. So it could look like tapping, it could look like shaking, it could like moving. It's definitely a lot of breathing. I'm the creator, or let's say developer of breathwork tapping. So I've developed upon the methods that I was taught, which was very much like mine, but I've just developed it in a few little extra ways that makes it uniquely mine. And yeah, I use prayer, faith-based healing. I use biofield healing, and we go in and we reprogram the neural pathways in your body. We release the trauma from your system. Literally, you feel 10 pounds lighter after a session with me, because these big, heavy blocks of guilt, of sadness, of grief, of resentment, of regret that you had to get over to cope in life, but they're still there. But you had to get over it. They're still there. But I hope you access them and transmute them Just found this live voice scrolling. Well, this live is about how powerful we are when we do not just react, and how it's about fortifying your emotional self. So it's not just about going and doing a single session here and there when you got one thing wrong and thinking, oh, that's it. No, it's about grounding into the spiritual work, into the healing work, to teach yourself a new language of positivity, of strength, of divine guidance, of really thinking in alignment with the universal laws. But it's just like learning a piano or learning a new language. You don't just go and do one session and expect that it's done. It's like this consistent thing of tuning into yourself. As I just said, I used to have PTSD. I used to be so reactive. I would fly off the handle, guys. Like, it was bad how bad I was. Like, I was like, people would remember me as a freak, as a crazy, nutty bitch. And I mean, I'm still a bit crazy, a bit nutty, but not like that. I'm actually quite sane now. I seem crazy to the people who believe a lot of the mainstream stuff, but I actually know how to heal and fortify and up level and upgrade. I have played piano, but I probably couldn't remember it now. Yeah, it definitely helps with autism. So I think I actually technically grew up with autism symptoms. I'm probably low on the scale, but I used to have a lot of freakouts. I used to be extremely sensitive to energy, smells and sounds. Like, I could, if I'm like trapped in a room with like loads of detergent, it could actually probably give me a panic attack. Like, it's really, really serious. So it really does help with anything you have, because what we're doing is we're going into the essence of you and creating a relationship with you. The problem is we're so disconnected. We're constantly listening to the television. We're asking other people for advice. We're asking Google. What about asking yourself? But then you have different voices. You have the dark forces voice. This is a real thing, the dark voices. But some people could call it the devil or whatever like that. Some people could call the light forces God, the divine, the universe, Mother Nature, whatever it is. And then you've got your voice, you've got your higher self voice, and you have to learn how to talk to the right voices. Now, another thing that you got to learn how to do is talk to the pain, talk to the anxiety, talk to the fear, but not have it command you. Learn how to listen to it and re-educate it. Yes, bless them. Okay. Thank you so much, Freddie. Everyone watching this should like and subscribe. That is the nicest thing anyone said to me all day. Thank you so much. Both of your brothers are older, more severely. Oh, bless you. Yes. Yeah, like yoga, it's consistently, the changes are incredible. Yeah, and Catherine's actually been working with me. She's been doing my work for years. She's also now doing my one-to-one coaching. And the differences that happen when you tune in, not necessarily every day ever, but like frequently, where you know it's part of your life, like taking a shower. You know you're going to wash those emotional toxins out of your system, because cortisol builds up. Other things build up. I don't need to know what they are. I just know how to face them, create a relationship with them, and transmute them. You've got to be transmuting your negative feelings, because it doesn't just work, does it, to just think positive. Now, has anyone here tried to think positive? And then you think a negative thought, you're like, oh, I went and ruined it. No, guys, the negative thoughts are part of it. We're meant to be thinking, like, we're meant to be acknowledging our negative thoughts and reframing them, re-educating ourselves, because they're just a part of us. Now, some of them we just swat away. Sometimes you're just like, no, I don't need to think that. Or if you want to pray to the divine, it's like, divine, help me overcome this. That's fine. Other times, there's a part of you that's really wrestling with the problems. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. And you can talk to it. You go, okay, well, what do you think you want to do? Why don't you know what to do? What's confusing? And you start re-educating it. Yeah, Catherine says it isn't always pleasant, but it is clearing. It's just like going to the gym, working out. You don't always feel like it, you know, but then afterwards, you never regret it. Adelina, welcome. Hi, gorgeous. I just saw your name there. Yeah, Adelina's been working with me one-to-one as well. She is a superstar. It's amazing how far you go. It's not just about getting money, getting success, getting this. It's a byproduct of what we do. And yes, I have clients that they've manifested thousands of dollars. They've manifested new clients. They've manifested TV appearances. They've manifested all these sorts of things. but it's about you as a person. It's about fortifying yourself emotionally so you no longer fly off the handle when someone's mean to you. So you can let go of that fear of what people think of you. Yeah? It's so important to understand that you are the center of your universe, and everything that happens to you is because of you. You love this stream so much. Thank you so much. Now, when I say that, people sometimes get a bit touchy, a little bit world, a little bit way. They're like, oh, what do you mean it all happens because of me? What about this? What about that? Well, it is what it is. We are the center of our own universe, and everything that appears in your life is because of some belief you have somewhere in your system, maybe some karma from a past lifetime or this lifetime. Maybe, I mean, there's so many different things, but it is what it is. And you look at, where are people in your life mistreating you? Okay, where are they misunderstanding you? Well, that's because there's something in life that you're misunderstanding. Where in your life are you feeling bad, mad? Now, it's not that you just cut the feelings off. They have their place. You have to learn how to work with them, transcend them, move through them, right? And when you do this, and what was I just saying? And you realize that your negative emotions have their place and you can work through them. When you're feeling, when you're feeling mad, when you're feeling sad or whatever it is, and you're going to reflect these out into the world around you. So all you have to do is look at what's happening in your life, and you'll see what your beliefs are and what your next thing to work on is. Adelina says, during our sessions, Freddie says, has everyone liked and subscribed yet? Good question. Thank you very much, Freddie. Adelina says, during our sessions, I can be the real me and find my voice. That means everything to me. It really does, because I know how hard that can be in a lot of this type of work with people. We're always still trying to put on airs and say the right thing, but I'm so glad you feel that way. I also think it's so important to really express exactly how you feel, the negative and all, as humans. It really is. Now, there's differences. There's a difference between dwelling and indulging in the negative all day long, and sometimes we're at a level where we're doing that, or have a day when we do that. It is what it is. But then it's really about learning how to face the negative and use your positivity on it. So it's not just about positive thinking, oh, I'm not going to think a negative thought. No, you are going to think negative thoughts, but you're going to create a relationship with this part of you that has, listen to this part, you're going to create a relationship with the part of you that has the negative belief about the world isn't safe, this is too hard for me, I'm too stupid for that, I'm not good enough for that, I'm too much for that, people are mean like this. Whatever your thing is about how the world isn't working, you actually talk to it, you listen to it, and then you reframe it. So here's one tip that you can take today. So what's your negative thought? Bring it up in your head. Like, what's something today? Is it like someone was mean to you and you're like, oh, like she's such a bitch? Is it that you going to a party and you're worried they won't like you? Like, oh my God, they probably won't like me. I don't know what to do. Is it that you want to know how the money's going to come in and you're like, how's the money going to come in? I don't know. Like, what's your negative thing? So you hear yourself say that. It comes up normally, and then you reframe it. And there's so many different ways that we can do that. But one is to just simply tail on the end of it. Just keep the thought going. You could even say a couple more negative things if you need to get the thought like into your head so you can think from the thought. And then you say things like, but I want to believe it will work out. I would like to believe it could work out. And you have a thought that goes in, oh no, I don't know. They're not going to like me, or this and that, this and the other thing. But and then you just tail end on the end. But I would like to believe, I would like to know, I would like to And so you don't just be a victim to your beliefs. Thank you so much. I appreciate that you love my energy. You don't just sit in the thought. You go, wait there. Okay, no, I don't want to think that. Instead, and try this one. What if, just say it right now, even if it's under your breath, what if everything is working out for me? Don't think of the answer. And say it 4 or 5 times. What if everything is working out for me? Curious, empty head. What if everything is working out for me? What if it gets to be easy? What if it gets to be easy? And actually mean it. Curious. What if it gets to be easy? And guess what happens? If you actually do this with me, we're going to do it again. If you do these series of questions with me, you will feel your energy lighten. You will feel your mood improve. As long as you're not trying to think of the answer and you're okay with negative thoughts popping up. Okay, so let's try it again. So curious. This really works to shift your vibration and put you in a positive mental state, which is the most powerful state. So say, So it maybe got a negative thought, even though this is hard, or even though they might not like me, or even though the money is this, whatever yours is. So you say the negative thing, one thing, your thing. But what if it's easier than I thought? Empty head, curious. What if it's working out for me? Even though I believe that it's not, I don't know, it hasn't before. What if it does this time? I don't know, but what if this negative thing happens? But what if it does now? I don't know. What about this negative thing? What if it gets to be easy? Exactly. Thank you, Catherine. What if it gets to be easy? And notice as you say that, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to believe it. You just have to not try to think of it and force it in. Just ask it. Feel it. And guess what happens? Your energy shifts. You raise in vibration. And as you repeat this over weeks, months, and years, over years, my friends, my dear friends, over years, you start to develop into this strong, fortified person. It's taken me 14 years, actually 20 years since I had my spiritual awakening at 22. I'm 42 now. It's taken me, but then 14 years ago is when I got into energy work after I had my psychotic break and nervous breakdown, which was a spiritual breakthrough because I couldn't live life how I was living it anymore. And I was forced to have to heal. And over these last 14 years, it took me, I had win after win after win, big wins, great things, but still things happening. Insecurities, psychological issues, illnesses, all these sorts of things. But every time I healed myself, I stood back up. I learned the way. I'd come online. I'd grow a following. I'd get really scared and I'd back away. But then I'm like, oh my God, my work's really helping people. And I'll get messages from people when I'm like off, sort of enjoying my life, but not wanting anything to do with my business, telling me, I've been doing your YouTube tapping videos, your energy alchemy, they changed my life. They improved my marriage. I had a baby because of you. I was about to leave my husband and now I'm with my husband. I created a business because of you. While I was insecure, offline, not able to look online because I was so scared of what people thought of me, yet people were doing my work, being transformed by it. And now I just show up. What if it gets to be easy? Yeah, what if it gets to be easy? And you just say over and over and over again, over and over and over and over and over and over again. So let's see if I've missed any comments. So I said I was going to talk about guilt. Where does guilt come from? Well, let's see. Guilt it's a part of you that cares. So that's the number one thing to know. But it's a toxic, useless energy. It's useless energy. But the intention that the guilt comes from, the realizing that, I don't like what I just did, can be used for good as long as you don't indulge in the guilt. So guilt is where you sort of beat yourself up and you think you can solve a problem by stressing yourself through it. And you know that you're in guilt because you're just feeling a low level sort of stress and a low level guilt. And it sort of feels normal, like, because it just feels normal. You're not feeling joyous, you're not feeling ease, you're not feeling neutral, you're not feeling happy, you're just feeling like, and you're thinking like, well, what if I do that? What if I do this? I can't believe I did that. What if I do this to fix it? Should I do that to fix it? And I used to just sit there on a loop thinking, like, especially about my weight issues, like thinking about, well, should I go on a diet? Should I starve myself? Should I do this? Should I do that? Like, and I would disappear offline because I didn't like the way that I looked, and then I would just put on even more weight because I was running away from my calling and I felt so bad about myself. When you're in guilt, you have to escape the guilt, and because it feels so incredibly bad, and we escape it into our addictions. We escape it into our cycles. And yes, absolutely, it is a loop. So a lot of our loops too, they're completely like sort of wackadoodle, like they don't make sense when you actually lay out what the loop is. So one is, okay, so the unworthiness loop. So if you have the unworthy issue, then you think, okay, what's your thing that you think you need to be worthy? Like, when do you feel unworthy? When you don't have enough money, when you don't have enough success, when you embarrass yourself about what, when you don't have the relationship. We all have it to varying degrees. Now, I've overcome mine significantly. I hardly have it now, but we all still have it. So we're talking about your worthiness loop, unworthiness loop, but you can apply this to any loop that you have to, and this is to show you how they just don't make sense. So we think, I need the thing, the money, the relationship, the whatever, the body, to be worthy. And if I get it, if I can go up here and get it, then I'll be worthy. Yes, and I'll feel worthy. But I'm down here. But I have to get up here to be worthy. Okay, now here's part of the loop. And then the next part of the loop goes like this. And you go, yeah, but I need it to be worthy. It's like, but wait there, I'm not worthy, so I can't have it. Because if I was worthy, I would have it. But I'm not worthy. So I can't get there because I'm not worthy. I'm not worthy. So, but if I had it, I would be worthy. And it's this loop that will never, ever, ever be fulfilled until you realize, and this is the good news, listen to this with all of your heart. You're born worthy. You have as much potential as anyone else. You simply have a different set of experiences, beliefs, fears, doubts, programming that makes you think you're not. And here's the thing, worthiness is a feeling. It's a state, just like being curious. Like, I don't say, if I don't have the right amount of money, I'm not allowed to feel curious. I'm not curious if I don't have the right amount of money. It's like, that's what we say. If I don't have the right amount of money, the right body, the right relationship, then I can't be worthy. I don't feel worthy. Well, it's just a feeling. It's just like feeling curious. It's the same thing. You can choose. You can go, and worthiness, okay, here's a trick for you. It comes from approval, self-approval. It means liking yourself. And it's also backing yourself. Have you ever heard of the term abandoning yourself? Isn't that also a bit of others once put upon you? You should, and that makes you feel bad. Absolutely. It is that, but it's also you accepting it. It's you, and this comes into the theme of this live stream, it's you reacting to it and taking it on board. And that's a part of abandoning yourself, going, wait there, well, I don't have this. Oh, I did this wrong. I just embarrassed myself. I just messed this up. I just did this horrible thing. I hate myself. Oh, I can't believe it. And you cringe and you back away and you're like, oh, that's it. Like, I'm the worst thing ever. Well, okay, you're going to do that, but then you use the positivity that we're talking about on it. You lift it up and you say, well, and you talk to it. You say, oh, I'm so sorry that you feel this way, that I feel this way. It really sucks. I understand why. But the truth is, I was born worthy. And even though I don't feel it, even if I don't believe it, I was born worthy. Even though I don't feel it, even though I don't believe it. What if I was born worthy, right? So Catherine says, yeah, worthiness is a state. Absolutely. How do I say your name? HHK? Alcaldi, is that it? Catherine says, this is my own journey. I was put upon and now I don't have what I've been told I should, for lack of better words. Well, here's the thing, shoulda, woulda, coulda. Right? I'm sure other people have different paths to this. Well, yeah, absolutely. But there's no actual timeline. It doesn't exist. It's all made up. Everything in the world is made up. All of the rules in the world, made up. All the things we should do, made up. All the things we should be, made up. It was all made up by other people and we're just buying into it. But you have your own journey, as you said, and where you are in your journey is literally where you're meant to be right now. It's just we fight it so much. We don't want to be there. We think we're in the wrong place. We struggle against it. But if you can find ways to make where you live now pleasing, find little things to upgrade your life, upgrade your area without, not the big things, not the, well, if I had $1 million, I'd move over there. If my life was great, I'd be able to move. I'd be able to do these big things that I can't do. No, what can you do? Can you go to the thrift store and buy yourself a nice vase and pick a flower? I don't know. Can you throw out old clothes that actually don't make you feel good and just trust that new ones will come in, even if you feel like that you don't have much to wear, you know? And so it's about really making your life as good as you can right now, bit by bit by bit by bit. Like, it's taken me, this room used to be a cluttered mess. Let's see if hopefully this doesn't ruin the whole thing, but look, now it looks much better in person. Now I've got these beautiful wall things, these beautiful tapestries all over the wall. Got mood lights there, beautiful tiger there. And we call it our bubble room. It's both my office, it's my healing haven, and it's our party room. And this is something that took us a long time, actually, to get to where it is now. Because it used to be a cluttered mess, but the clutter was a representation of the baggage that I was carrying, of the fear I had of life, of the fear I had of facing my fears, of my fear of facing society, the people, and the world, right? Hassa, welcome, Hassa, it's good to see you. So just know that whatever's going a bit tough or slow or wrong in your life right now, how you choose to react to it is everything, because you can't help what happens, but you can help how you respond to it. And the best thing you can do is take that breath. Ready? Let's all do it together. Pause at the top, pause your thoughts. Do it, do it, do it. Big exhale and all the way out. This resets your nervous system. It helps you so greatly. So thank you so much for being here. If this has helped you and you have someone that likes this sort of stuff, please feel free to DM it to them. Let them know that, this lady has some things to say. If you want, feel free to like, because a lot of people, they just find me one day by me popping up on their social media. I just pop up and then I change their life. Maybe I save their womb. Maybe I help them walk again. Maybe I help them overcome anxiety. Maybe I help them heal a toxic pattern in their relationships. I help them learn to love the life they have and fortify their emotions and become so strong and powerful. So if you have someone in your life or you want to share on your social media, that would mean so much to me, but you never know. You just don't know if that one person who really needs me today is going to see it. And I'm here to save souls. I'm here to make a difference. I'm not just here for the money. I actually decided to become a healer before I knew there was any money in it whatsoever. And I'm doing this because I care, because I used to live a nightmare when I had my PTSD and was constantly worried what everyone thought. And it was a journey. It still is a journey. But over the last 20 years since the spiritual awakening and 14 years since I got energy work, it took me 13 years to fully overcome my insecurity around my weight, around what people thought of me, thinking that I wasn't valuable if I didn't look a certain way. And it took me 14 years. Now, that may not sound inspiring because well, that's a long time. Well, it is what it is. Like, I had big wins along the way, right? Great things happened. I had big wins along the way of things changing, shifting, things like that. But at the same time, you realize, you just hunker in and you realize, just keep going, just keep going, just keep going, up and down, in and out. Sometimes you'll do more of the work. Sometimes you'll binge tap to my videos maybe for hours a day here and there. Sometimes you'll do a video, a few videos a week. Sometimes you do a video a week. Sometimes you do a video a month of my energy alchemy. Sometimes you'll work with me for 6 months. Sometimes you'll work with me for 4 years. Sometimes you won't see me for a year, and then you'll get back into the work. But you'll always, and whether it's from me or also doing your own inner work, the same pattern applies. Yeah, that's Catherine says I did 8 years ago. Yeah, so yeah, absolutely. And I love that we've stayed in each other's lives for such a long time. It really is so beautiful. Where's the general? He is out buying a little goodie for me, getting some cucumbers, getting a bottle of red wine. He'll be back soon. Yes, the room looks nice. Thank you. Great, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Just if anyone's interested, my one-to-one coaching is open. And yeah, I have plenty of masterclasses that you can benefit from. So you can go to spiritualsuccessjourney.com/programs to look at my home study programs. My Divine Chakra Cleanse is amazing. It's got dozens of tapping sessions. Dive into that. Actually do it. 100% is impossible for your life not to change. I'm based in the UK. I'm based in the UK, but I grew up in Australia, lived in San Francisco, met my husband in Thailand, and then because he's Cockney English, I came to UK and I've been here for 10 years. So yeah, so guys, you are stars. I will be back. If you're not on my email list, you can get on it at spiritualsuccessjourney.com, or you can message me for the link. Right now, you can get my Healers ebook for free. If you want to learn the 3 big mistakes that everyone makes when healing themselves, plus what you can do instead, and get some self-talk healing scripts to actually, like, the sort of things we talk like, what if it's easy? Or that's not in there, but I think I'm going to put it in the second edition. Then you can get that for free at spiritualsuccessjourney.com/healers ebook, or just DM me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Just message me or go to the link and find it, because it really is such a great book. One lady actually just read it recently, and she messaged me and she said that somehow it helped her sleep better after years of insomnia. Something in it just shifted her, and it teaches you how to forgive the right way, the missing link, the missing step that everyone misses out with forgiveness. Everyone's just like saying, I forgive. No, you don't. You have to acknowledge that you're hurt. You have to acknowledge the hurt feelings, and I teach you how to do that and how to walk yourself through the alchemical process in in my Healers ebook, which is available for free. And I really hope if you're not already on my email list that you'll get that free gift and join me in my journey so we don't lose each other. Catherine says, it's all worth it. Do it. You won't regret any of it. It's so true. And everyone that does my work, they have big shifts and changes. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. I really appreciate your energy. Thank you for commenting. And it really makes me feel just loved and adored. And I love and adore you. So remember, take that breath. When that negative thought comes up, oh, but you're just not good enough. Yeah, but what if I actually am? Oh, you'll just never do it. Yeah, but what if I actually will? Oh, these people are just going to be mean to you. Oh, yeah, but what if it actually could be easy? You just keep 1, 2, reframe, 1, 2, reframe. It's so simple. You just have to be consistent, persistent, and like a bulldog. Like that's what they call me. One of my clients, she calls me a pit bull in a positive way because I don't stop. Like in a positive way. I'm not saying it's not like in a nagging way, but it's like when she doesn't believe, when she has a problem, when she says this isn't going to work, I feel, all this and that, all these terrible things. I'm like, it's okay. This is going to shift. We will get through this. There will be a way. And she always does, and she always up levels, and she calls me the pit bull. So I'm Kai Clifford, the Pitbull, your spiritual guide and energy alchemist. Catherine says, Kai's awesome. Stop caring, can't say enough good things. Oh, it's all worth it. Do it, you won't regret it. Yeah, I just read the one. Oh, here's my husband now. Here's the general, as Catherine calls him. Okay, Gorgeous says, you are a star. As I said, feel free to share this if you want to delight someone's day. Otherwise, I will see you in the next video. Make sure you go to my YouTube channel and tap to my energy alchemy videos. I know that it can feel like a drag. You don't want to do it. I get it firsthand. But just like going to the gym and working out, you're never going to regret doing my energy alchemy sessions. Just get to the end and you will have a big shift and things will change soon after. That's how it works. Okay, guys, I love you so much. I'm just trying to figure out how to... You can contest. Okay, here we go. Bye.